Alright everyone, it's later in the day. We got all that stuff straightened out. That cord there, I got it good. You're supposed to wrap it up, not around your arm like a lot of people do. You're supposed to just coil it. I guess I should show how the proper way to wind a cord versus what a lot of other people do. But we're going to do some more tidying down here. Talk about a couple other things. Alrighty, so I just wound this thing up, but let's mess it up again. So a lot of people, you'll catch them doing this. Super easy, right? Super easy. Makes a good roll. Look at that. See how nicely you can roll it up that way? A lot of people do it that way. But over time, that's actually going to ruin your cord. Best way for the cord's health, and now this cord has been sitting down there for years in a room with a wood stove, so it might be a little bit harder, but it's not cracking, it's not dry rotting, so it's still safe to use. It's still a very nice cord, but it's not the newest thing, so it's not going to look the best rolled up. So the best way to do it is like that, like this right here. Roll it up like that. Because it's a disfigured cord, it's not going to look the best, but if I roll it up a couple more times, use it a bit, stretch it out, flex it a lot, it'll probably end up being a lot better. And that's the reason I don't trust cameras I can't see. It randomly shut off. For a minute I came over here, I was like, what, did I just do that and I wasn't recording a thing? But no, the camera shut off and I have no idea why. That's why I'll put my phones in airplane mode when I start filming, usually, anything important at least, so it can't update. I don't know why it shut off. But the only thing it skipped really was me throwing it on the floor, and I was saying, you ever seen a cord where it looks like a candy cane? It's actually quite dangerous when it gets to that point. Those are usually cheaper cords. This is a thicker cord, meant for a lot more powerful tools and stuff. But I cleaned in here. That's another box of stuff that's gonna be donated, but we did clean up in here quite a bit, making more room. I think I'm gonna donate these things here. They're not really collectible or anything, they're just weird. These are from a video years ago. I was trying all these weird flavor sodas. This actually did taste like dirt. Grass soda actually tasted good. Corn soda actually tasted good to me. Pumpkin pie I think was good, but mustard was disgusting. The salad dressing one and the bacon one, wherever that one is, they were horrible. But those are good prank products to give to someone. I like the video where people put them in a box with straws poking up where someone can't tell what sodas they are and you gotta guess. And they're like, nope, they are legitimate sodas. But they taste horrible. They are legitimate sodas from a company, but they are from a novelty company. And these ones down here are actually something that came in a store. Jones Soda makes weird things. Pumpkin pie soda. There's a cranberry soda. And there's the disgusting turkey soda that tastes like the sludge from the bottom of the pan. These are actually real, and they sold a kit in stores that had these weird flavors. Jones still sells that one. They don't make these flavors anymore, like the whole variety. You could drink an entire Thanksgiving dinner. They do still make the turkey one. I don't know why they stopped making the other ones. It's kind of cool. I bought a vintage novelty pack and tried them. As far as the rock tumblers here, I really want to tumble more things, but that one's got another 2 weeks minimum. That one's got another 3 weeks to run before the finished product is done, so I did the only logical thing. I went on eBay, looked at rock tumblers, and I'm getting one that's used. Loratone makes really good ones. National Geographic, that is a great one for the price. This was originally $70 on Amazon when I put it in my cart. Then they jumped it up to 80 bucks saying, he's gonna buy it no matter what. Let's jump it up to... So I went over to eBay and got the whole thing cheaper. I just ended that call, but anyways, it's just a scam call. This has a nice metal body. I got this for 60 bucks on eBay because Amazon thought they could pull that one on me. Sneak it in my cart at a higher price for when I check out, but I always check when I check out. It's a nice metal body, has a nice timer. The only downfall is everyone's reviews on this. I personally think it actually works pretty good. It's working really, really good. People say it runs a bit fast and it can chip rocks, especially during the polishing stages. But I like it, it's really good. The only downfall is it shuts off. So this one right here, its grit is gonna wear out where it's no longer polishing after about a week or so, maybe a little longer if you put it heavy. But if I'm away for a couple weeks and this thing's just sitting here running, it's not really polishing anymore at that point. The rocks smashing against each other, not really. It's pretty much just doing nothing, but it's keeping moving. This one has a timer. There's no way to keep it running indefinitely that I know of, and it stopped 12 hours shy of when I got home last time. And it started to solidify like concrete, the sludge in there. And when I started, it was like whoomp, whoomp. Brought it outside, thankfully it came right apart. It didn't harden too much, but people say if it sat for days, it could have been really, really bad. But I bought another Loratone one. They use a lot more power. These ones are power efficient. You see it's got the low voltage cord with the transformer. These ones use a lot more power. This right here is a motor that uses the wall voltage, 120 volts. Well, that one there probably uses 12. I'd have to read that thing up there to see what exactly it uses. Yes, it uses 12. But this one right here is a lot more powerful, but more reliable. It moves a lot slower, so it doesn't chip rocks for fine polishing. It just takes longer. But from the company Loratone, I was looking at them on eBay. This came from eBay, brand new. I was going to get it on Amazon. This was in my cart for 300 bucks. But because Amazon tried to pull that one on me, we also went over to eBay. Got it for 199. No, I think 110. Brand new. So I saved almost 2/3. See, Amazon, you tried to get me out of 10 bucks and I got this whole thing, saved hundreds. So I went back to eBay today, and this time I bought one used. It's a Loratone, but it has 2 barrels that are 12 pounds instead of 2 pounds, so we got much bigger ones coming in the mail. A used one I spent 200 on, and originally it would be almost 800, the much bigger unit, so that's gonna be fun. So I had got more grit coming in the mail and more spacers, the ceramic you put in there, because as the rocks get smaller, especially when you're polishing, you don't want them bashing around against each other. It'll chip them when you're trying to polish them, so you put little ceramic beads in there, and that helps. So we got a bigger polisher coming in the mail with some more ceramic beads. That'll be fun. And I'm also bidding on another one that's used. The guy wants 99, but I'm trying to get it down to 50. If he accepts that, I'll be saving a couple thirds also. My dad used to have rock polishers. These things are just like a tire. When they're brand new, still pretty brand new, it smells like a tire shop. These things here, after, depending where you live, if this is in your hot garage in the south, probably 5 years, but up here we could probably get away with 10 years, especially being in the basement or indoors. They're gonna dry rot just like a tire, so eventually they have to be replaced. My dad tried to crack seal and all this other sort of BS when I was a kid. It continued to leak. They don't cost too much, but when you're buying a used one, that's the thing to look for. The one that's coming in the mail, I don't think it's super old. I think they're in good shape. It says tested and doesn't leak. Well, I'll have to be the judge of that when it shows up. But yeah, this is the only reason. This was against the wall. I have it in the middle of the room on the concrete floor, just in case it wanted to start a fire, because I shut them off sometimes to silence them when I want to record a video in silence, and I turn them back on. But one day it didn't start moving right away, and that concerned me in a power outage. If it stays idle like that, the motor not moving, eventually that motor is going to heat up and either burn out, and at the end of it, or it could start a fire. That's why it's in the middle of the room like this. Just being cautious, because this does get very hot to the touch. That is normal. is almost uncomfortable to touch. That is normal. But that'll be fun. We got another one coming in the mail. And because we have all kinds of beautiful rocks, I want to go out looking at the rocks. I want to start making videos of rocks in Maine. What's in here now is from Saskatchewan. All three of these have Saskatchewan rocks with a few BC rocks mixed into them. I want to start doing some Maine rocks. My gravel driveway is beautiful. I had 5 trucks of gravel delivered earlier this year. I replenished the whole driveway. There must be millions of rocks. I got the 2-inch ones this year, bigger ones to help with drainage. And I refreshed many inches, the whole length of the driveway, extended a bunch of it and stuff. There's beautiful rocks out there. There's quartz, there's granite that's pink, all kinds of things that came in the crushed gravel I'm sure would polish up beautifully. I want to try some of those, but when I go back into the wilderness, I want to look for some out in the logging roads of Maine. There's some beautiful pebble beaches out in the wilderness. And the pebble beaches are so nice. The rocks basically look like they already went through step 1 of a polisher. And that is beautiful. So yeah, that'll be nice. And from the last video I made this morning, tidying up in here, we will put this in at some point, the sensor. That might be cool. When you walk in the room, it turns all my lights on, but then you're over in the corner away from the sensor taking a dump and it shuts the lights off. So that's the one downside of possibly putting that in. And in here I also realized the goldfish, when I was gone for a week, ate all the dwarf lily pads because they got hungry. Now fish, they can go a week without eating. They're not going to do that by choice. That's why they ate all my lily pads. But in the wild, they typically do that, so that's fine if I'm away for like a week. But if I go away for extended periods of time, I need to look into getting a fish tank feeder. And to put a fish tank feeder on this, I think I'm probably going to have to put this lid where I can clip it on the side like this. Because this is an old storm door. I might have to clip on the side like that, and I'll have to just patch this up. It won't be a big deal at the moment. Our tadpole is long from becoming a frog. He had an injury from the power head, which I removed, and that power head, yeah, it's gone. He has completely recovered. It's nice now. The tank has ick, unfortunately. I only set this up a few weeks ago, and I was gone for 10 days. Just got back 2 days ago. I had to order ick medication. They're going to have to wait another 4 days until it shows up in the mail. I can't just go out to the pet store and get it because everything they sell in the pet store kills crustaceans, meaning snails, my dwarf crayfish, the big crayfish. So I had to order one that's safe for them guys, and we'll treat this in a couple of days. The ick isn't super bad yet. It's just on some of their fins. Hopefully that goes well. In my experience, I'll probably lose a couple fish. Back when I had aquariums, this happened a few times. It's a fresh tank, so I didn't quarantine anyone. I'm pretty sure I know what pet store it came from just by who's affected the most. But even the native fish I caught and put in there also have it. We'll treat them. Hopefully everything will be okay. Unfortunately, the store that sold me the ick and the crayfish doesn't sell anything that is safe for crayfish when treating ick. So that's why I had to order it. Doesn't cost a lot. It's just a waiting game right now for them. But over here, I'm going to do some more tidying up. I was thinking if I get rid of those, donate all those bottles, the thrift store, whoever can just throw them out if they don't want them. But I can put rocks over there. These are from the mines up north. I made some videos of those. Just by bringing them here, they probably appreciated 3-4 times in value compared to... Especially, I'm going to shine these up. It'll look that purple everywhere once I use rust remover on these. It'll look beautiful. Really appreciate probably 10 times in value moving them here and shining them up to that point. Yeah, these are from Northern Ontario in Thunder Bay. They have 3 mines. The Panorama mine had the most awesome stuff there, but there's some pieces if you are interested in rocks, I would definitely check out all 3 mines, because these are from the Panorama, but the Panorama mine doesn't have ones that look like this. This is from the Willow Diamond mine. They don't have these, so I would check out all 3 of them for different types and grades of rock. The Panorama has all the big crystals like these, but the other one has these teeny crystals and all these cool patterns. So if you're ever in Thunder Bay, Northern Ontario, I would definitely check out all 3 of them, considering 2 of them are a minute apart and 1 of them's 20 minutes away. I would just make a day out of going to those mines. When they mine this, they throw all the scrap pieces in fields. There's acres and acres of rocks. 2 of the mines allow you to bring out hammers and hammer away. You fill a bucket and they go by mass. The 2 mines that are next to each other, this kind of stuff. This one goes by weight. They'll actually put it on a scale. But if it's too big, they'll go by grade, how good it looks. And the more nasty, rusty ones like this, it'll polish up looking just as good as some of these ones. But you got to use like CLR rust remover. I have yet to do that. I'm going to come over here. I'm also going to do some more tidying up. Because guess what? If you watched my last video, I am a hoarder of wire from electrical jobs I used to do. So I need to get this wire out of here. I can put those wire nuts over on my shelf with the rest of the electrical, clear up this shelf. Oh, guess what? More wire. But I can get rid of that and have a whole nother drawer of stuff. Up here, there's almost nothing in there. There's some electrical tacks. I can go put those in my case. There's a stair tread. I decided not to put those on the brand new stairs. I like the wood stairs. But this would match going up to the 2nd floor. Up here, some painting stuff. This painter's tape. This one's brand new. It's probably garbage because it's a couple years old and a wood stove room. It'd probably be flaking off. I remember so many times having to use masking tape that flakes. It's a pain. Oh, more carpet treads. So yeah, I have a lot more storage here. Look at that whole drawer. And these don't need to be in here. These can honestly, just I can shove these probably up in a rafter hole somewhere until I need to use them. Free up a whole nother one. Yeah, this stuff from the Thunder Bay mines is beautiful. This one right here I think came from the what's the name of the place? The first one we went to, the guy with the school bus on the property. This is where this one came from. Pretty cool. This also came from the guy with the school bus, the first mine that I can't remember the name but I definitely recommend going there. I would check out all 3. They all have different grades and cool stuff. Like this would probably shine up too. It's got a lot of rust and iron in it. Yeah, I can clear that up. What can I organize up here on these shelves? Not too much. That might be bad. This joint compound that's been in here for years still feels flexible, though it's sealed. I guess that's probably still good. Okay, I gotta have that discount spray paint. Yeah, more organizing's slowly going on in here. Also, this air conditioner, why is that even in here? That can go out to the shed. That doesn't need to be here. That air mattress can go somewhere else. I'd keep that inside because the mice will chew it. That's a brand new discount shelf. Air mattress, where's its discount tag? I know it's got one. That was discounted. Got that at the end of the year. This was also a discounted shelf at the end of... No, this was a discounted tent on the top shelf. Dyslexia, sorry. It's like an 8-person tent. I never used it, but I got it like 70% off because Walmart wanted to get rid of it after the season. Okay. This is a hydroelectric generator we used in a culvert camp to create 12 volts where we could use to charge up our stuff. We had a continuous flow of electricity in that culvert camp with this device, and that was a splash guard because it was getting up onto my wooden platform where I was sleeping. That, at this point, we did actually film, but it's a concept video. The power regulator I was using burned up in the first half an hour, and we had to abort the camp. In theory, it would be good. We just need to get a new regulator for that. Pretty cool. Hydroelectric generator. It's waterproof. You see, it can be a wind turbine, but the factory also sells it with this hydroelectric turbine. I guess it's completely submergible and waterproof, even though it's made by a company. This could be used for wind, or it could be used for in the water. That would be pretty cool if we get some more rock tumblers in here. Be able to make a lot more stuff. The end goal is some of the polished stuff. Maybe we can start selling it on eBay. All right. Let's take you out to the shed. So this is my driveway. I ordered 3/4 inch gravel, but a lot of them is a lot bigger. Some of these rocks are quite beautiful. We have the red and pinkish granite, all kinds of different rocks if you want to poke around for a little bit. We also have pure quartz, be good for the rock tumbler, all over in here. So this stuff here is from northeastern New Hampshire. Got trucked about 40 minutes to my house. This stuff is really nice. My property's got high groundwater, especially when it's been raining. That's why I don't buy. So if you order gravel, what they're gonna show up with is not this. This is stone. If you want this in your property, you tell the quarry stone. If you tell them gravel, it's gonna be 3/4 inch stone like this, but it's gonna be mixed with sand because most people want their driveway to be smooth and stay where you put it. This will get moved around during plowing and stuff, but in the winter, I just keep the plow blade a couple inches above it. I don't care, we're in the country. But that's the difference. This is stone, this is not gravel if you're ordering it. And I have a very long driveway, so I didn't do the whole thing this year. Would have cost too much. This right here I ordered probably 4 years back now. 3/4 inch. Look at that. Here's the new stuff. That's what they now call 3/4 inch. It's bigger. From the same quarry, but I guess they got a different machine, or for some reason they started making it bigger. But yeah, maybe next year. Compared to someone in the city, our gravel is actually pretty cheap. For a 10-wheel dump truck, it's only, I think, $250 for it full, and I ordered 5 of them this year. So we got a lot. We probably got millions and millions of these rocks. I'm sure we can poke out some cool ones. We do got a lot of quartz in there. I'm filming this on the 22nd, but we already had a frost back on the 15th. It just got warm again. It only killed my tomato plants. It was pretty light. But look at this. We got the beautiful sunflowers. Look up there. Most of our leaves are gone. September 22nd. Usually our peak foliage is the second week of October. It's gonna look like winter here, first week of October. It's because it's been so dry. The trees are dropping all their leaves early. Now we're finally getting some rain, but it's not gonna keep too many leaves on, so leaf peepers who scheduled your trips up here to see the beautiful foliage, I feel bad for you because it's coming 3 weeks early. Look at this, we got a bumblebee. All right, into my shed. Now that it's getting colder out, we're gonna have to make sure all the mouse traps are set. If your mouse traps have mold on them, mice probably won't go to them. That's not mold, that's dust. I thought it was mold. You want to have fresh peanut butter. They're not going to go to the moldy ones. And if you put peanut butter over the mold, it's going to spread to it real fast. So you got to sanitize them. So these are the best kind of mouse traps that I've been using. Kills the mouse fast. I don't use those wooden ones anymore. I made a video years ago. YouTube banned it for being graphic. But I was trying to show people those wooden ones right there in the shed when you're going after mice. People put mouse traps everywhere. They just don't want to think about it. But these ones here, has a lot of pressure and they're very sharp. Mouse is dead almost instantly. Those ones, the mouse can be there with its neck broken for quite a while because there's not a lot of pressure, and a lot of times it's able to run away with them because they're light. You have to screw those to a board. But anyways, it's gonna be fall. I found this in my shed. I'm gonna put that on the kitchen table. Found these nice wood carving tools. I'm gonna give those to my girlfriend. Found those on the side of the road for free earlier this year. Got the Honda generator. Also, last year, look at that, $1.25 down from $5. Look at that nice fall flag I can put out. And these boxes here, I'm gonna bring in the house. These will be good for underneath my bed. I'm just gonna empty out what's in here. There's Easter eggs in here. There's a Easter flag. I can put that in a different box. But yeah, this is where this box ended up going. Out to the shed. Got the old snowblower, the new snowblower. We got to get ready to go. We got to put the lawnmower away. I'm just waiting for the leaves to drop so I can do one last mulching. Up here we got lots of cages and traps. Most of those were my dad's. He used to do some animal control work, so those are really handy when I have something I don't want in the yard. Like, we keep getting groundhogs that live under this shed, and if you let them live there, they're going to build tunnels and they're going to start sinking the building. Same thing with chipmunks. They ruin concrete when they make tunnels underneath, so I relocate them. I relocate squirrels because they eventually almost always end up chewing on the house. But in here, I don't really have that much clutter. We do have some pretty cool rocks in here that I should also bring down into the basement. Here's an old ferret cage I'm gonna repurpose for baby chicks maybe in the spring. That'll be nice. This was a free side of the road table saw too. But we'll end the video here, everyone. Thanks for watching and have a great day.